Knock it off. I don't care to hear bicker, 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 excuse, excuse, bicker, and bicker. Stop. Both of you grow up.
Welcome to Rebel Chaser. My name is Gail, and I've got another video for you from Judge Mogan in Wisconsin. She is holding a child support hearing, so I'll let you guys watch.
We will go on the record in Polk County case number 09PA08PJ, in re the paternity of Chase Dosh. Appearances are we have all parties appearing in person in Polk County Courthouse. This court appears by video conferencing from Burnett County. We're set here today for a hearing that I scheduled due to the last time we were in court. I issued a sanctions order with specific things that must be complied with by Mr. Dosh. I have had 2 correspondence letters from Ms. Vogt, which does indicate that he has not complied. We have Christine Vogt in person without counsel. We have Cole Dosh in person without counsel. Joseph Loso from the Polk County Corporation Council Child Support with the child support agent with him appearing. The court has reviewed and received the 2 correspondences from Ms. Vogt as it relates to allegations of failing to abide by and meet the court's purge requirements as it relates to the sanctions order. Before I begin, I'm going to have both parties raise your right hand. And again, I'll let everybody know it looks like I'm raising my wrong hand. I am not. It just flips me in the video. So please raise your right hand. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
Yes.
All right, thank you. Before I begin with the parties, I am going to ask for an update from Mr. Loso as it relates to the child support part of the court's sanction. Mr. Loso, do you have an update?
I do, Your Honor. Mr. Dosh is in fact employed at B&M Utility Locating. I think his official start date was February 24th of 2025. He is due to receive his first paycheck from that employment on March 7th of 2025. In the month of February, no payments were made, but there has been contact with B&M Utility Locating. It does sound like we are in the process of getting the income folder set up, and Mr. Dosh does seem to be working there. So that is the information that Child Support Agency has at this time.
All right. When did Mr. Dosh update you with that information, Mr. Loso?
Looking up when Mr. Dosh would have had contact with the department, but as I stated, the department did verify the information through the employer.
So excuse me, I'm sorry, Mr. Loso, Mr. Dosh did not contact the child support agency and say, hello, this is Mr. Dosh, and I'm just letting you know I had my interview just like I told you I was going to the next day, and I've been hired and I start on February 24th. He didn't do any of that?
It appears as though he did let us know where he was working, that he was actually working on the day of his first start date, so February 24th.
So he called on February 24th?
Correct. Anytime. And no calls are noted in our KID system prior to that date.
All right, we had our hearing on January 29th. So from January 29th to February 24th, he had no contact with the child support agency as it related to his interview and or whether or not he was actually offered a job and accepted until that February 24th date, correct?
I believe that is correct, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. Mr. Dosh, I have to ask, do you violate my orders intentionally on purpose to piss me off?
No, so my understanding is that after our last court hearing, I had Miss Olson come up to me and give me your card, and she said that she was going to call the B&M utility to verify. So I figured that was it, that she would have verified through them. And I did call, and she said that she did talk to him. So I didn't really know if I had to call the child support agency since she was already calling my place of work. It wasn't that I was trying to not, I just thought that was being covered. Maybe, I guess I should have, yeah. I just figured I was gonna wait maybe for her to get a hold of me saying, okay, or, the courts, or however that works, to verify that I do work there. So I guess I didn't know if I still needed to, since she said she was going to get a hold of my place of work. I guess I was kind of confused about that.
And Your Honor, if I
Okay,
may.
and I hear excuses again. Every hearing I hear excuses. Now, even if that's what you really thought and felt, you still knew your order from this court was to make a payment of $631.56 beginning February 1st. So we are now on March 3rd. Did you make that payment?
I've only been able to pay for our family wizard, which is 150, and I have the 349 that she's asking for on me today. That's been taking the end, plus my rent at home. I haven't been able to. I do remember you saying, is that going to mess up your payment of? And I said, and I did say, yeah, I should be able to do it. And I think I was caught up in just the excitement of being given a chance and kind of just turn into a yes man. I'm trying to do everything I can. I'm not running. I know guys who don't pay, don't do, I want to fully comply. It's baby steps. I can't take big steps. Otherwise, yeah, you're better off throwing me in, because, and then she's really not going to get no money. I'm trying to do what I can. I'm trying to say yes to everything.
When did you sign up for Our Family Wizard?
Well, I did it on that day, on the day of so February 19th, but it sent out a prompt that I think she was supposed to accept as a co-parent and failed to do so. And I think maybe, I don't know, maybe, I'm not saying it was purposeful or not, but it took a while for that prompt to be accepted and for it to go through. I was told it was $100, and then I found out it was $150. So I was able to do that. I could look at Our Family Wizard. It will say when it was accepted and when connected. It wasn't, I think it was the day after or 2 days after, but it was just merely because I was waiting for an email saying that it was accepted.
All right, so you're telling the court that you signed up for and paid for Our Family Wizard by February 19th.
Yeah, well, it was like a couple days after that. It wasn't by the deadline, but I did it on the deadline date. But the prompt and the emailing back and forth, and I think co-parent had to accept it to connect, to link both of us, and I waited for that. It just so happened.
Ms. Vogt, is there a link or something that you have to accept in order for Mr. Dosh to be completely linked up to that account?
When I signed up for Our Family Wizard by the first deadline of December, it sent him everything to link the accounts. I never got anything when he was trying to do it afterwards. So when you sign up for Our Family Wizard, it says both parties to do it. So if I do it first, it sent him a text message with a link to do it. He didn't do it the first deadline, but he still should have got that in December when I did it the first time. I never received, hey, Cole's trying to do this, like, do you accept? I never got a message from Cole saying, hey, I'm trying to sign up for this. It says that you need to comply or agree to this. I never received anything stating that.
I got a text message proving that I got a hold of her asking what her account ID and stuff was. She never said nothing to me.
All right, so Ms. Vogt, is he all signed up and in Our Family Wizard right now?
Yes, but he is not using it.
Well, he's going to have to start using it. That's your communication. That's where you're going to communicate every single thing. If you're going to talk about the sky being blue as it relates to Chase, you're talking about the sky being blue in Our Family Wizard. Okay? Because all of your communication will be documented, because then the court can see that Ms. Vogt sent a message to Mr. Dosh concerning Chase, and that it's super important because it involves Chase. And then the court will see he didn't respond within ever or within 2 weeks, because it's going to be very important that you start having regular communications and that they are answered promptly. Because I'm going to guess that you get a text that says, hey, Ms. Vogt said something in Our Family Wizard, Mr. Dosh. You must look at that. I'm sure it's something along those lines. I've never used Our Family Wizard personally, but that's my my guess in the hearings that I've had. So then I will be able to track everything and be able to see everything, because the court would be able to go into it with providing that information, or the court can assign another attorney at your expense to look into all of that, such as a guardian ad litem, just to look at that to make sure that you are doing what you need to do. So at least Our Family Wizard is done. It was done late, admittedly, by Mr. Dosh, but it was complete. Now, with regards to the $349.40, Mr. Dosh, you indicate that you have that amount. That amount was not paid by the date and time, so there's an additional $150. Do you have that as well?
I can in a couple days. I will scrape up everything. Oh my God, I forgot about that. I have the 350 on me today.
The 350 or 349?
350.
All right, you're giving her a total of $350 today. You have it in your pocket?
I do.
You just walk right over and you hand that to Ms. Vogt right now.
Thank you.
Do you have anything else in your wallet?
Yeah. Like
any other cash? How
Yeah.
much?
Enough for gas for the rest of the week to get my daughter to school.
How much is it?
$20, maybe a little more.
Yep. Walk exactly all the money you have right now over to Ms. Vogt.
Do you want me to count it so you know how much she's getting?
I sure do. And Ms. Vogt will confirm.
There, 350 is what he just handed me.
Yes, and he's going to hand you all the other cash in his wallet right now.
19.
$19. So $369 that you have paid.
That was 19.
Okay, thank you. All right, I have to get to my calculator. So $130 is still owed. And you're supposed to get your first paycheck on March 7th. And then you're gonna have to, I'm Mr. Loso, child support is taking that as a wage assignment, correct?
Yes.
Thank you. Now, other than this $130 that is remaining, Ms. Vogt, what else would you like the court to know or be aware of?
Because the communication isn't there. The last visit that Chase went, I'm not 100% on that date. Cole took Chase's vehicle and we've been having some issues with it, with the power steering. He put 6 people in a 5-person vehicle over to Minnesota to take his daughter to a water park for her birthday. And now I have to replace the water or the power steering pump because there was no power steering added into it. I messaged Cole about it, asking if he agrees to pay for it or put it in. It was free. I bought the part. I asked him if he would put it at no cost for him to put it in. And he will not respond at all. I did tell him that, you know, that vehicle is under my insurance. Like if they would have crashed, having that many people in that vehicle.
You fill me up with lots of information that really isn't relevant. And quite honestly, I don't care about right now. Okay.
Cool.
So here's the thing. You want communication with him. Is this something that you sent in Our Family Wizard?
Yes.
When did you send that message in Our Family Wizard?
I don't know. I'd have to look at my phone.
Now, Mr. Dosh, is this something, I'm gonna guess you're capable at mechanics. So is this something that you can put in for your son?
I could, he bought it, they bought it like that. They bought it with the broken windshield, bought it with the power steering pump.
Again,
He
don't
wanted
care.
to drive it.
Don't care.
Then why does this matter then?
It matters because I'm asking you. If I ask you a question, you
I can do
answer
it.
yes
Yeah,
or no.
of course I can do it. If she'd stop sending me harassing, I want to turn my phone off for all the comments. I get
Okay,
from
you
her.
want to know what? If you two don't stop it, then I'll send you both to jail for frustrating me, okay? Knock it off. I don't care to hear bicker, 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 excuse, bicker, and bicker. Stop. Both of you grow up. You made a child. Now look at that child and raise that child. Stop bickering. Now we have this, did you say what? Power steering pump? All right, so she has the part. You said you can put it in. You
Anything
work,
else you
but then you
could
have
do?
time off of work. If you talked over me, I will, so help me God, send you into jail right now. Stop. So the power steering part, she has the part. You can put it in. Chase needs a car. Is this next weekend your weekend with him, Mr. Dosh? Yes or no?
He never, I let him decide that. I don't really see him much now that he's 16.
Again, no, you're listening to me. Yes
Yeah, it's my
or
weekend.
no? It is?
But, yeah.
All
should be.
right.
He comes
So-
or not, I don't.
Well, he's gonna want to, right? Because he wants a working
Oh,
car.
Well, yeah.
Here's
I
the
guess.
thing. Again, Mr. Dosh, zip your lips. Until you hear me done talking, stop. And if I ask you to answer something, I don't need to have 150 words when 3 are fine. Yes, it is. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
So he wants a working car. You have the capability of putting in a part. Ms. Vogt has that part. You have until, I will even give you a little over the weekend. You have until March 12th to put in that part for Chase. March 12th. I don't want to hear crying and complaining. I don't want to hear bickering and arguing. I don't care. Okay? You're going to put in the part for your son and you're going to do it for your son. And what you're going to do is you're going to say, hey, Chase, love to see you. Dad's going to work on your car. I'm going to do all the tune-ups. I'm going to make it work for you. Bring that part. We'll have that part. Okay?
Absolutely.
Excellent. And it's like, I really should be sending you to jail today for lots of
Well, then
days
no-
of jail. Lots of days of jail. But what I'm going to do instead, you're making me look like I am not forceful with my orders, but I am. I am, Mr. Dosh. I am. But the problem here is I want Chase to be taken care of I want Chase to be able to have the child support that he needs so that he can do the things that he wants to do and have food and shelter and clothes and all of those things. And if I throw you in jail for 50 days, that's 50 days without you doing what you need to do. Okay? So I believe, Miss Vogt, I believe that you didn't do things timely. You should have. And you didn't have the additional $150, which is owed to her. But like I'm saying, I'm looking, and from February 24th was when the whole 349 was due. But now it's late, so there's that $150 extra that's due. Okay? So, and you've paid her 19 more, so now you have $130 that's left to be paid. Your first paycheck is on the 7th of March. So that means by March 12th, not only will you have that part in for Chase, you will have that $130 to Ms. Vogt, okay? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to amend my contempt or my sanctions order because I got confirmation from child support that you didn't start your job until February 24th. Your first paycheck's on March 7th. So what I'm going to do is you're just going to get a reset because you're always going to owe this money. You're always going to have jail hanging over your head. It just depends on how much you want to sit or how much you want to have me find you in contempt and then set a sanction, because right now it's 40 days for failing to comply with child support. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm amending my order. If you don't meet this purge, this will be a 1-year purge. And we'll just start it from March 1st all the way to February 28th or 29th. I'm not sure if it's a leap year next year, but March 1st, we're going to begin. And that's where your regular monthly child support payments will start. Okay. By wage assignment, I'm increasing the days of jail because no matter having jail over your head just hasn't been enough. So this time is it, Mr. Dosh. So I'm increasing the jail days to 50 days. And that means no good time, no Hubert, right? So you're going to have to make your payments. You're going to have to do your things. It's up to Chase, or it's for Chase. It's up to you for Chase. And with regards to the extra $130 due by March 12th, along with the part, it's due by March 12th. Otherwise, you will sit that sanction day, those 5-day sanctions. And I'm going to tell you right now, and I'm telling you right now, I'm not going to have another hearing. I'm just going to issue an arrest warrant if you don't. Okay? No more cry excuses. If you don't have that $130 paid and that part put in for Chase by March 12th, I'm not going to give you more time and another hearing to have you cry. It's just going to be a warrant, a straight up warrant. Okay? Body only. Or maybe I'll put high cash to make sure that you pay off your child support in full if you want to get out. All right?
It's more money. That's, yeah, I've added all up. I'm trying to do what I can and I will. No Hubert?
Again,
Can I not?
it's not try, it's do. You can't try, you do.
But what if I can't get that part in? What if I'm having issues with it? You know what I mean? Like, what if I don't have all the tools for it and I, don't meet that deadline? So now I go and do all this jail time because I couldn't put a part in.
But then here's the thing. Ding, 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 ding. What happens if you have issues at work? Do you just sit and go, oh, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. I'll just sit here and not do anything. No, you write a letter or you talk to your boss. But here in this case, you write a letter and you say, dear judge, I have tried and I have worked and I've used all my reasonable efforts. I need this part. I couldn't get this part. I tried to be borrowed this part from people. They don't have it. I tried to make this fit. I tried to make it work. It's not working. Can I please, Judge, please get an extension? That's what you do.
I know that's an option now. I didn't know that you could write a letter to you. I thought you had to go through the clerk. It was this whole process. I didn't know it was that.
I get letters. I can hold up all the letters I get from Ms. Vogt, and you get copies of them too, or you should. It says copy cold dosh. So you get these letters too. You can write to me. You can let me know. Just like you should have let child support know right after our hearing, right after your interview, and when you were told you had the job. But you waited until the day you started. Right away. Communication means right away. And with regards to the communication that you have with Ms. Vogt, I'm going to tell you both, you need to communicate with each other far more rapidly than you're doing, because I'm seeing none. So if there is a message sent by one parent to the other and it requires a response, you must respond within 48 hours. That's a reasonable time. 48 hours. And again, you don't need to be all wordy with 150 words when 3 words will do. Yes, I will. No, I won't. I can't do that. 4 words. Okay? You don't have to be all wordy. You just have to respond. And the less words you use to each other, the better. The less words you use means that there should be less contention, less arguments, less chance that both of, exactly, not her, on both sides, Mr. Dosh, not just you. You're not the one who's only feeling the pain, okay? Ms. Vogt is, child support is, this court is. So get it together, both of you, because otherwise, if you don't think Chase feels it, if you do not think Chase feels it, you are dead wrong. Dead wrong. Figure it out, grow up, be parents, be co-parents, even if it means short, little statements to each other, but respond. So I believe that is all that we needed to address here today. Child support says that it's wage assignment. It's going to start with the next paycheck. You've paid the $349 to Ms. Vogt. However, because it was late, you need $150 extra. You paid her an additional $19 today. The court has now ordered that you fix Chase's vehicle. She has the part. You know what to do if you're having problems putting it in and fixing it. And so all of that, the extra money and the part to be fixed by March 12th. There should be no excuse as to the additional money because you're getting paid. This child support, this money owed is more important than taking your daughter to a water park for her birthday. That's huge expensive, huge expensive. So this doesn't what?
Well, you can't just, that's your opinion. You know what I mean? I don't know.
No, it's not. It is not. Mr. Dosh. Mr. Dosh, shut your mouth. Shut your mouth. You paying for a child that you procreated and you have not taken care of for 16 years is far more important than taking your little daughter to a water park for her birthday. That's huge expensive. You want to know why I know it's huge expensive? I've done it, and that's huge expensive. It's a lot of money. And right now, you had jail over your head, and you knew it. And instead of taking that money and doing what you were responsible in a responsible way, what you were ordered to do, instead of doing that, you decided to go to a water park for your daughter's birthday. She would have been happy with a wonderful circus party at home. I saw her. She looked about 3, maybe 4 now.
She's
Okay.
6.
Okay. Well, she's 6. She would have been happy with a princess party at her house. But right now, when you are telling me you are in a dire economic state and situation, and you have jail hanging over your head, instead of taking the money and putting it to what you were ordered to do and what you ethically and morally should have done, you spent it
I didn't have
on a
we
water
didn't
park.
We didn't pay for it. I didn't spend them. I didn't even have any money, Your Honor.
Well, I don't know.
Paid for
I
that
know
trip.
you spent
Everyone paid for
something.
that trip.
Well, then you can
So
provide
I
that
wasn't
proof.
I wasn't even able to afford my daughter's birthday party. You know what I mean? So yeah, I know I messed up. I'm messing up. I'm trying now. I'm trying to get on a better path.
And I want you to get on that better path. You need to for Chase.
I know. This has opened up my eyes a lot, whether it shows or not. This is something that I needed, and I know that needs to happen.
I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah.
I don't like throwing parents into jail for not paying child support. I don't like that. All that is a punishment to the parents, but it's also a punishment to the child, to the children that aren't getting the child support. And if you're working and I throw you in jail for 50 straight days, that's 50 straight days of not only your inability to pay for child support for Chase, but your inability to be there financially for your other children. It's not a win-win. It's nothing that this court wants to do. I'm glad you're getting on a better path. Let's take it more seriously and figure those 2 things out by March 12th. Okay?
I will. Yep, I will.
Now, what happens if you have difficulty putting in this part? What are you going to do?
Oh, I got plenty of resources. I'm not, it shouldn't be an issue. I was just saying like what if, I was just thinking about like the what ifs, and I don't need to think about that. I'll have it handled. I got plenty of people, resources to get that put in. Yes, I'm mechanically, I know what to do. I'll get it handled, no problem. And yeah, he does deserve a running car, and whether it's, I don't care if they buy it, yeah, that's something that I want to do for him anyways. I'll even show him how to do it so he can help me.
I think that's a perfect idea. And that's what I think Chase is missing from you, Mr. Dosh. And I'm not trying to make
I
you
wish he'd
feel.
stop over more. I leave it up to him since he's old enough now. So I make, even on my weekends, I'm supposed to have him. I don't make him come to my house.
But Mr.
I do,
Dosh,
sometimes I do, because I do like seeing them,
he needs you to say, come over, let me show you how to put in this power steering pump. He needs you to, and to do an oil change with him so he can figure that out, and how to replace a tire. All of those things. Those are all the things that my father taught me growing up. You need to do that too. That's what he needs. He's missing that connection with you. Build it back. And that's how you're going to get him to want to be with you at the first start is yes, he wants things. You can give him things. You may not be able to give him monetary things, but here you can show him how to tune up his car to make it running smoothly and great. He will appreciate that.
Yeah, he's just getting older to the point where it's like I try not to make him want to hang out with his old man if he doesn't want to, kind of deal. But we do have a really good relationship though, and I do miss him when he says he doesn't want to come over or he's got plans. It kind of saddens me, but I get over it.
But Mr. Dosh, no, sometimes he needs you to say, we need to spend time together. Yep, you can go to your friends and you can do whatever. You can go to the dance, but then I want you to come back because you want to know what, Chase? I miss you. I love you. I want to spend that time with you because you're almost grown and you're almost graduated. And when he graduates, Mr. Dosh, he's going to have a completely different life and he's going to be on his own. And if he doesn't have you trying to pull him in right now, he's not going to want to come back and see you. That's not going to be his first thought, his first reaction. But if you do things and spend time with him, like fixing his car or taking him on the walk in the woods to look for the antlers, or doing all of those things, he will remember those. And he will want to come and spend time with you. I'm glad you're trying, and I see that you are trying, and I'm giving you baby steps, but you're taking half of the steps, but at least they're steps.
I'm sorry, I'll try as hard as I can.
Again, it's not try, you have to do. And your doing was now getting your job, but there's other parts with that. Getting your job, but then also communicating with child support, because that's not only a request, that's not only my order, that's the law. You have to communicate with child support and with the court. I don't know what's going on in your world every day. I don't know what's going on in your head. I don't know if you didn't start your job until February 24th. That would have been good information for me to know. Getting a letter from your employer saying, hey, Mr. Vogt or Mr. Dosh just started today. Here, thank you. We couldn't get him into the schedule until today. That would have been something that I could have known, which was out of your control, to be able to pay your child support timely. Communication is the key. Communication is the key, not only with the court, not only with child support, but with Miss Vogt as well, and with Chase. Okay? Well, I've amended my order. I've got to get back on track here. So thank you. And I will get an update of everything for the record and for the file. Anything further from child support?
No, Your Honor.
Thank you. Anything further from either party?
Thank you.
Thank you. We are adjourned.
So it seems to me that mom likes to nitpick about little things. She wants to blame dad for the power steering going out on the son's car because he had 6 people in the son's car instead of 5. But I hate to tell you this, Mom, but that's not how things work. That's not how it works. And so, because that's what Mom thinks, she, picks on Dad and blows up his phone, and he just tunes her out. He just doesn't respond, which angers her more, makes her want to blow up his phone even more, and then he can completely tunes her out. Won't respond at all. Hopefully, he will be able to continue and keep up with his child support payments. And hopefully, he will be able to spend some time, quality time, with his son, helping to fix his car. That would be the best thing. And just respond to Mom. It doesn't need, like the judge said, it doesn't need to be wordy, doesn't need a lot of words, just, okay, I got that, okay, I understand, or no, I can't do that, whatever. But just respond. And Mom, don't blow up his phone. Send him one message. If he doesn't respond, he doesn't respond. That's it. That seems like the best thing to do, in my opinion. So, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.